Okay, Ms. Jeanette, go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jeanette Metter, and I want to thank everyone for joining the webinar this morning so we can together give Dr. Avery a heartfelt send-off. I apologize, there might be some extra noise in the background behind me. For those of you with access to the chat, feel free to send your well wishes to Dr. Avery at any time during the webinar. We have a few panelists today who plan on speaking on behalf of themselves and the groups or departments that they represent. So we have with us today Dr. Brian Yearwood, the Assistant Superintendent of Academics and Accountability. We also have Dr. Nicole Delestri, who's the Principal of the Year and the Principal of Shadow Glen Elementary. We have Mrs. Caitlin Lowry, who is the Elementary Teacher of the Year and the second grade teacher at Lagos Elementary. We also have Mr. Paul Davies, who is the Secondary Teacher of the Year and a science teacher at Manor New Tech Middle School. And lastly, we have Ms. Ellen Scoviera, who is our interim business manager in the finance office. So what we're going to do is hear from each of the panelists that I just named, and then I'll open the floor for a few more comments, and then we'll allow time for Dr. Avery to share with us. So with no further ado, let's begin with Dr. Yearwood. Dr. Yearwood, are you on the call?
That is a really good.
Let me get this thing going. I haven't done this in a while. Let me see.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. I guess it's not working. Okay. All right. Can you all?
No, this is.
We can hear you. Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and guess I'll go ahead and speak here. Okay. Just say to Dr. Avery, thank you for your leadership. And again, the academic division definitely had a awesome impact in allowing us to do the work and get things accomplished. As you know, when we came in, our very first year was quite an interesting year, filled with a lot of uncertainties. But again, you allowed the department to do work. You allowed us to grow. You nurtured. You provided us with feedback and resulted in the tremendous growth that we're seeing, resulting in an organization. So a heartfelt, personal, as well as from a division, thank you for your leadership and wishing you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. No matter what it is, we know that you will always be number one. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dr. Yearwood. We will now hear from Dr. Delestri.
Hi, good morning, Dr. Avery. Good morning, panelists. Good morning to those who are watching online. From all of the principals within this district, Dr. Avery, want to give you some very heartfelt thanks for your leadership. It has been immeasurable in all the ups and downs and changes that we have gone through over the years. We know we came in with a certain level of academic achievement, and you were able to rally your troops, meaning us, and get us to work through your vision, and so that you accomplished moving our district to a B, and we could not be more proud to have done that work alongside you. Awesome. We know that you've created a team, and we're more like a family now than we've ever been, and so we will take on your leadership and continue to carry the baton toward even greater heights as we continue to lead our campuses and this district. So thank you so very much for all that you have done.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Delestri. So next we'll hear from Mrs. Caitlin Lowry.
Hello, Dr. Avery. I cannot begin to thank you enough for not just being a representative of our district, but for being a presence in our community. My greatest memory of you was when my scholars wanted to study you for a Black History project we were doing, since you were the first Black superintendent for Manor ISD. And it amazed me that all I had to do was send one email and ask if you might be willing to talk to my scholars. And you didn't hesitate. You were excited to come back into the classroom. You were honored to be able to share of yourself with even the youngest of our community. And they grew in their abilities and in their respect for you and for education because of that kind of attitude and that kind of presence in our community. And I remember a scholar at the end of the day standing up and walking over to you and shaking your hand. And even at 7 years old, he knew enough to say what I think we all want to say to you, which is thank you for all you have done for us and for Manor ISD.
Cool. Thank you. That was a great moment for me as well. So thank you for the invite. Awesome.
Thank you, Caitlin. Next, we'll hear from Mr. Paul Davies.
Davies.
Hey, thank you so much all that you've done. And as Miss Lowry stated, I'll start from a personal level. Dr. Avery knew my name within like the first week of me being employed in the district, probably because I had the privilege of educating his daughter, but also it spoke to the relationships that he built and he formed with everyone that he encountered, and the importance of saying hello and asking how we're doing. And he poured in a lot of time into beginning our campus, and it was a big step. He took great risks into project-based learning and pushing the learning outcomes. And he challenged the teachers in every way and challenged the administrators. And the road to greatness isn't always easy, and he knew that. And I'm so much respect to you, sir, for having a vision and pushing and challenging and growing. And I'm honored, I'm blessed, and I know the other teachers at my campus and across the district are blessed to have worked with you, to be part of the success and to carry it on. And we look forward to it. And with the future superintendent, great shoes to fill, new roles to play, and new challenges to be presented. But we're so grateful to have spent these years with you. And I know that as an educator personally, I've been affected and touched, and so grateful for your time, your contribution, and your dedication to Manor.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you very much for the kind words. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Davies. We'll now hear from Ms. Scoviera.
Ellen.
And you know what procedure we're going to do.
Are you getting unmuted?
Can you see me?
We can see you.
Okay, because I have no idea what it looks like right now because of the screen share. So anyway,
When's the last time?
I thought I was going last and I had my remarks all set because I get to be the person who's last and least. So you the least of everybody on the call. But I have truly enjoyed my time in Manor. I've learned a lot. I've got to meet a lot of wonderful people. And I think I may be the only retiree on a phone call. So from retiree to retiree, let me tell you, the best is yet to come. My sister told me sleep your first 3 months, and she wasn't too far wrong about that. And but you find out, you know who your family is, and I've been retired since 2014, and I still stay in touch with my family. So I've enjoyed it, being part of the Manor family and working for you, and appreciate all the support that you gave to me and as well the staff in the warehouse and in the finance and the payroll group. And I wish you all the very best. And since I can't see the screen, I don't know if you can see what I'm holding up. Can you?
A little bit.
There we go. Okay, so it says, so there's you at the heart of Manor. And just says congratulations to you. I wish you all the very best.
Thank you, Ellen. I appreciate that very much. I would love to get that picture though. You can kind of send it to me. It'd be great.
Okay, I will do that. Okay.
Anything external, like
Okay, thank you, Ellen.
Thank you, Ellen.
So now we'll move on to the next part of the webinar where we will open the floor for remarks from other panelists who are here. Brooke or Angel, is there a way to see hands that are raised? Does that work here in webinar for them to raise hands?
And she said,
Brooke, I'll defer to you
Mr.
since I'm running the
Matthews.
live stream.
I see a hand for John Matthews.
Okay. Mr. Matthews, do you want to go ahead?
30 minutes ago, 30 to 45 minutes ago. Okay. So about 11:30.
Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Just ditto everything everyone else has said. But on a personal note, Dr. Avery, you've truly taught us the meaning of what class looks like, what integrity looks like, and in the face of opposition and I dare say obstacles, you have proven to be battle tested. And as a man of color, I'm honored to look to you as a mentor and as someone to inspire after, to follow after. But you have paved the way for people like me, young men like me, in that you've taught us the true meaning of being a quiet storm. And I'm very vocal. I'll be the first one to say that when it comes to knowing what you know and doing what's right and doing what's right by kids first and doing what's right by parents and community members and coworkers. When you see things are not done in a professional, loving, fair fashion, it's hard for people like me to maintain my silence. But you taught me, and I don't mind saying this before everyone on this webinar. You've taught me by leading by example as to how to hold your peace, to maintain your peace. And I appreciate that. And I've learned since I've been in Maynard, and I've grown since I've been in Maynard. Being educated in my own right, I can honestly say that you've helped me grow in those areas of being more of a silent storm and keeping the peace and leading with integrity and trusting your heart. So thank you very much for being the man that you are, being the leader that you are, being the mentor that you are, and just always, but always doing what's right by people, whether it be young or old. Thank you. And
Thank you. I appreciate those words as well. Thank you.
Now it should show up.
Okay. Hey, it looks like Dr. Vera has joined us, and Dr. Vera was scheduled to say a few words before. Dr. Vera, you want to go ahead?
Absolutely. Can y'all hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, hey, Dr. Avery, I couldn't miss this. I was going to go out and enjoy my time, but I thought, you know what, I'll go ahead and join this and say goodbye to Dr. Avery. Very, very important. Hey, so there's a term called brothers in arms that the military uses, and oh, I can try to start my video. Let's see. Y'all are gonna be scared because I'm in a baseball cap, and I probably haven't shaved in days. All right, let's see. Is it showing up?
It's coming. Something's trying to come up.
Your green
Got a green
sticker
screen.
needs to, yeah, your green sticker needs to be removed.
Oh, sorry about that.
There you go.
Here I am. Y'all see me? All right, so what I was trying to say is there's an old military term called brothers in arms, and it's the closest that you can be when you're two people who are born from different mothers, but you're fighting the same fight, and you got each other's back, and you're fighting the fight of ignorance. And so we have had 4 years of fighting all kinds of ignorance, whether it's children or adults. But I can honestly say that brothers in arms, you're definitely my brother. Learned through hardship and through all the suffering, but it brought us closer. And I will never forget working with you. You're not dying, so you're still going to be my friend, I hope. And stay in touch. I have a guest room out here at my log cabin, and it's always open for you and your family to come visit. All I request is you help me run the sheep, and we will work on anything we want. There's a bottle of B&B in the cabinet for you, always. And so you're definitely a friend. The only person that I can say a superintendent, and I worked for 7, that I can also say that was not just my boss, but a friend. So very much appreciate you, all the things that you've done for Manor, even though sometimes folks may not know all the things you've done. I was there watching the sacrifices, watching the time that you spent, and there's no better man. I've always said from the very beginning when I got to Manor, the reason I came was because I wanted to work for a real superintendent. And everyone I met, I said, this is the real deal. This guy's the real deal. He knows education, he knows leadership, and he knows people. And I wouldn't have worked another place and wouldn't have retired from another place other than working for Dr. Avery. So much appreciated, sir.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Dr. Vera. We've got a couple of other hands up. Let me go to Dr. Harvey, and then we'll go to Dr. Ranucci.
Hey, good morning, everyone, or almost afternoon. Sorry about my picture not being in the video, but I'm on my home Dell computer, so I don't have a picture. But y'all know what I look like. This is probably best you see this photo of me versus my COVID look. Anyway, but Dr. Avery, I appreciate all your words of wisdom, advice, and support, and the work that we've done over the last few years from federal programs all the way through to MAP, and we've done some great things, and put some great systems in place, and I've learned a lot from you, and I just always appreciate our conversations and your support in every situation and every need that I had, and also your words of wisdom. So we'll be in touch, and thank you again for stopping through Manor and getting us as far as you've gotten us to this video. I really do appreciate that.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Harvey. Next, we'll hear from Dr. Ranucci.
Okay, Dr. Avery, and I promise I'm not going to cry because I know it's on Facebook and we're screaming, and every time I talk to you, I cry. So I'm not going to, but when I first came 2.5 years ago and met you, I want to say the CTE department was actually in shambles, which it was, because I remember having to wear a hard hat when I walked through MHS because literally it was still not built and finished. And if it hadn't been for your vision and your inspiration and your leadership, CTE would not be expanding and growing and offering the students the opportunity that we can now offer, because the facilities alone lends itself to prepare our students for those next steps in those careers. And of course, ditto everything everybody else said. You've been such an inspiration to me and to the department, but speaking personally from the CTE department and what it's gained in the past couple of years under your leadership, I couldn't be prouder. I know you couldn't be prouder. What we're giving to students, I don't think there's anybody else that could lead us in the stage that we're in now. And we're going to continue because of the leadership and because of the vision you had. We're able now to carry on and continue and grow our programs and be able to expand these opportunities and make the next generation of Manor students that everybody in Manor can really be proud of because of the things that you started and the vision that you've taken us to. So from the bottom of my heart, my family, the department, I can't thank you enough, because as I've told you before, I came to work at Manor because of you. So thanks again.
Thank you, Jill. Awesome.
And I'm going to cry now, so I'm going to take myself off the screen.
Aw. Thank you, Dr. Ranucci. Ron, did I see your hand up earlier? Ron Morrison? He's trying to get unmuted.
Looks like Mr. Ramirez has his hand up.
Okay, we'll go ahead with Mr. Ramirez.
Hey, Dr. Avery. Hey, Palance, how you guys doing? Can y'all hear me real clear?
Sir, we can hear you
Hey,
fine.
sir, thank you very much for everything, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, what you've done for us here at Manor. I know that 4 short years ago, when I was looking, when I had just moved to Central Austin, you know, I wouldn't, people were telling me, if you're going to go work for somebody, you need to go work for Dr. Avery. You know, I can echo some of the words that some of the people have already said. So I purposely applied, and luckily for me, somebody in HR said, "Hey, come on board," and I got in. And sir, let me just tell you, it's been a great ride, you know, with you. And if I could have 4 more years with you, it'd be awesome. But I know that that's not the case right now. But it is what it is. But the thing that I take away from my experience working with you, sir, is servant leadership, empowerment, everything and anything. And what like Caitlin said earlier about how it only takes, she called you one time and you showed up. That's exactly how I felt. I remember in those days, I was still working out. I was still finishing up my superintendent classes. And I needed an internship with you, with a superintendent. And I know you didn't know me from Adam, but in any event, I asked you and you said yes. And I was able to watch you, much like a lot of us have been able to watch you work. And I actually got to watch you very closely because there was a lot of the meetings and the seminars and everything and anything that you went there that I would shadow you, because I was, you know, looking for that internship, you know, experience and whatnot. And let me just tell you, learning by doing and learning, there's a lot to say about the constructive theory about learning by doing, but there's also a lot to say about learning by watching. And by watching you, sir, in action, in your true form is awesome. And beyond that, so I wrote about all that and I submitted that in my final superintendent report to Texas A&M Kingsville. And because of you, I am now a certified superintendent. And I've been a certified superintendent since 2016, since after we did our thing here. So, but I appreciate you very much for everything you've done for me, my family. And what I mean by that is if I was ever not ever given the opportunities that was given by you, I don't know that they would have been everything you get for me. You're doing it for my family as well. So from the bottom of my heart, both professionally and personally, I thank you very much. I'm going to miss your servant leadership around campus, so to speak. But at the same time, I know that you're there, and the one thing that I will tell you is, no matter, even though physically you're gone, spiritually you're still there, because the work is there. So thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. God bless and Godspeed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ramirez. Next, I'll call on Becky. She's not able to raise her hand, but I see that she needs to.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Avery. Thank you for allowing us to take this opportunity. And I just wanted to thank you on behalf of our partnerships and wellness team for all that you've done to support us and believing in students and families. But I also want to speak on behalf of our community partners. I know you took time to listen to them one by one, hear their stories, and identify where they might best fit in our district. So I know many of them will be reaching out to you individually and expressing their gratitude. But you're a believer in mental health services, primary care services, social emotional learning, fine arts. And so thankfully, because of your belief in those services, we have great people entering our doors to support the principals with their needs and our students. So, you know, I know you're going on to a new beginning for you and entering a new space. And I truly wish you and your family the very best.
Awesome. Thank you, Becky. Always.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't see any other hands up. Is there anyone who wants to get in any last comments? Okay, looks like we've got one over here. Dr. Jones, let's hear from you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, I just want to say thanks to Dr. Avery for everything. kudos, of course, for all the stuff that he's done. But what I really appreciate from Dr. Avery is just his honesty, his realness, and really like his tough love. Like he's really challenges you to be a better person, and he's always gonna tell you how it is, how he feels, and that's what I aspire to be. And I aspire to be able to lead not lead from the background, but like kind of be like a quiet sense of strength, like Mr. Matthews alluded to. And I just want to say thank you for everything.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Jones. Good luck to you, my friend.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Jones. I'm gonna hop over here. Let's see, we've got Dr. Sajakova, then Diana Rodriguez, and then Michael Perkins. So Dr. Sajakova, you could go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, Dr. Avery and everybody on this panel. I would like to say a huge thank you to you, Dr. Avery, because you are all about diversity. And I don't think there's any other principal as crazy and diverse like I am, being Turkish and Russian and everything else. So thank you for your support throughout all these years. And I remember when I just joined early college and just moving from Dallas, it was very different. Community didn't know me, and some parents were comparing me with the previous principal, which Ms. Osborne was amazing. And I remember calling you on my second week at work, crying, saying, hey, this parent told me this and that. She doesn't like me. And Dr. Avery, you called me in the morning, you called me in the afternoon and in the evening, 3 times a day, checking on me, making sure that I'm okay. You did ask Dr. Fannin to actually in person come and visit me to make sure that I'm okay. And we sat down and I cried, you know, all those emotions. But I truly appreciated that you supported me as a human, as a friend. And that made such a huge difference as a start with early college. And you guys know my personality. I always bring some crazy ideas and you always listen to me. You ask me for a plan and you always supported me. And that's what I think made a huge difference in this district, that you're open to innovation, you're open to ideas. And as long as they support our children, they support this community, that's what Manor ISD always needed, creative minds. And that's how we can lead this district, not to just state level, but to the national and international level. So I truly appreciate your leadership and everything what you have done for Manor ISD.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Sadikova. Awesome.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so next we'll hear from Diana Rios Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Dr. Avery, I just want to tell you that it's been a great pleasure to work with you side by side and to be valued for what I brought to the table. You gave me the opportunity to grow and how to navigate some very difficult paths. Never would have ever thought that I would be working side by side in education, dealing with a pandemic. So I just want to tell you, you really shed a lot of light on our group as we navigated these past couple of months. You're a tower of strength and a tower of knowledge. If the world could have more people like you, it would be a much better place to live in. I wish you the best of luck, and I know this isn't goodbye, and I know we'll see each other again down the road. Take
Absolutely.
care, and God bless you and your family.
Thank you, Diana. You awesome, awesome, awesome.
Okay, sorry, I had to step away a minute. Next, we've got Michael Perkins and then Alfredo.
Good afternoon, sir. So it seems like nobody on this call or webinar remembers when Dr. Avery was mean. Do y'all remember mean Dr. Avery? I can't be the only one that remembers mean Dr. Avery.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Don't even go there.
I'm coming up next. I gotta tell you a story, right? So I think it was maybe Dr. Avery's first year. We were just getting ready to get engaged with Studer. And so we had to go to the Studer conference in Dallas. And it ended up being Dr. Avery and I riding up there, had a good ride up there. He was on the phone most of the time because, he's busy taking calls all the time. Had a good conference. And for some reason on the way back, maybe like right after Hillsborough, Dr. Avery just starts tearing into me like, are you doing this? Tell me about this. Well, da 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 da. And I mean, imagine you and your superintendent in the car by yourselves.
Oh, shit.
The music is down because you can't turn it up. And you are just getting it, right? Maybe all the way to past wake up. But every time I think about that now and I look back at it, I laugh. It's so funny for me. But it speaks to, in my opinion, it speaks to you building a better district one person at a time, right? And so sometimes you poured in courageous conversation and criticism, and sometimes you poured in support and love and calling 3 times a day, as Dr. Sadakova just mentioned. But I feel like your strategy was to serve students and families by building this army of folks who could better serve students and families. So, I appreciate everything that you've done for the district. That district includes personally, my own kiddo who attends the district. And so thank you for your leadership. Thank you for, personally developing me, professionally developing me, and for all the work that you've done for our kids.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, so next we'll hear from Alfredo and then Miss Lanika Faley.
Okay, so Mr. Perkins, I should have gone before you because you were saying no one's talked about. Okay, well, I'm going to talk about it. So campuses operate under a sense of urgency. If you've been at a campus at any time, the hustle and bustle with parents coming in and out, with kids coming in and out, and you never know what you're gonna expect for that day. You can plan all you want, and it's great to plan. No, it's a good idea, but you never know exactly what's gonna be happening that day. So there's that sense of urgency. Got to get this job done. Boom, project go. Moving on. Let's go. Well, having come from the campus as well, Dr. Avery never let us at central office forget that everything we did was reflective on end result right at the campus where it really mattered. So be efficient, get it done, get communication. And I can remember Dr. Avery never let us forget that, and constantly challenge central office admin to be efficient and time conscious of our actions. But his challenges were not hollow. I can't remember any time that I was given a directive, and many times it was one that was voiced with lots of decibels. See, I didn't say he was loud, Mr. Perkins. I said he was voiced with lots of decibels, okay? Just created that phrase. But
you
also,
go ahead and say he was loud.
No,
I was in some of those meetings with you. I know.
So lots of decibels, but I can't remember when those directions were never followed with, okay, so how can I help? What do you need from me to get this done? Call me, text me, come see me anytime. What do you need from me? Because it's urgent. School education is urgent. There's no time to waste. There's so many things going on, and we got to have a plan. You can plan, you can talk. And a big thing that he used to say is like, all I hear is talk. What are we doing about the plan? How are we implementing this? And so that's what among the many things from a leadership standpoint, that's what I'll remember, sir, is your sense of urgency for student education. Thank you.
Thank you, Alfredo. Good man.
Thank you, Alfredo. Next, we'll go to Lanika Faley.
Dr. Avery.
Bailey.
You knew I was going to make it in here.
I already knew. I was wondering where you were, man. So
I was coming. So I have a funny story to tell, like Perkins. And my first opportunity on a trip with Dr. Avery was we were going up to the Dallas area also to a innovative opportunity where we were going to get to sit with the Uber team and learn from them. I mean, who can take you to be at Uber? Only Dr. Avery, right? So I showed up early in the morning with the Suburban, and he looked at me and said, I ain't driving. And I said, okay. And so I'm driving the superintendent to Dallas area, and we get pulled over by the police. in the Temple area. Dr. Avery and I had the best laughs being pulled over, scared, but at the same time excited that it was just us two. So that was the first time that I saw Dr. Avery as a individual and human person, because we laughed and laughed and laughed. And
I
then
forgot about that.
yeah, we were scared, and I was like, "Can I get my purse?" So it was just me and him. It was good times. On the way back, it was even better. He looked at me and said, "You not hungry? I gotta eat." And I was like, again, reminded that Dr. Avery is human. I think that experience led to the reason why I was able to have conversations with him, because for those who know me, I'm not the person who just opens up to every single person about everything. You often feel like you can handle it, right? That's a part of being in leadership. And so that was the opportunity that we shared that catapulted me into a position where I was able to have conversations with Dr. Avery that I would only have with people who I trust. And so it's because of him that Mike talks about the mean Dr. Avery. You're right. He encourages you to be the best that you can be, because he knows that he's not getting the best out of you. And so when Dr. Avery recognized that in me, not only did he strongly encourage me, but he was there to support me. And so I wouldn't have had the success that I did without someone like him, beyond his wisdom, experience, but also his support. So Dr. Avery, thank you for believing in me, and continue to be just a great friend. Tell Renee it's not over. That is still my girl, and I know that I will see you around, and also be looking for you for wisdom and other opportunities as I continue to grow in education. So thank you so much.
Miss Fraley, you got this. Don't worry about it. You got it. So keep pushing. Keep pushing. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you. So next we'll go to Michelle Mckinley. And we still have some time. So if anyone else wants to say anything after Michelle, be sure to put your hand up. Michelle, go ahead.
Ms. McKinley.
Dr. Avery, thank you so much for the support. And I had heard about that mean side, and just from hearing about it, it was like I never wanted to experience that. So I want to I appreciate you for just always expecting excellence. You were all about action. It didn't matter what I said, you wanted to see the action. And I appreciate you for supporting this special programs department. You have always just encouraged us to do more and to do better. And when we came to you with projects and visions, you were always about make it happen. And I love when I would hear from you, make it happen, because I knew that I had your support. The department had your support. And I really appreciate you having an open door policy. There would be evenings when I would be on my way out the door, and if I saw your vehicle, that I could come back in and just have candid conversations with you. And I appreciate that, because that gave me the strength and the encouragement to keep pushing. And you have always just been that kind of leader. I have truly grown from watching you during leading in adversity. And I've told you that numerous times, that I have learned so much in watching you just lead through adversity. And I appreciate how you did it. And you did it all the way to the end. And that's not just about leadership, but that's about you as a person. And I greatly appreciate you for bringing me in and allowing me to be a leader up under you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ms. McKinley. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll hear from Ronald Morrison.
Hey, everybody, I can hear me. I'm having horrible connection issues. But Dr. Avery, I just want to say thank you. I could talk and get a lot of words in there, but you and I have become friends. You'll be a friend for the rest of my life, and I'm grateful for that. And I've developed a lot of good friends in Manor, and to the future of Manor, My favorite part is the people. I've always enjoyed working with, I think I know almost everyone on this call, and I've enjoyed working with you, and I've enjoyed working with you and Dr. Avery together. And I want to say this one thing, sort of what Michelle said, but I say it a little bit differently. You're not afraid to make a decision. And in some of our roles, the fact that you'll make a decision makes life like it should be. So I'm grateful for the service I've had with you. I'm grateful for the opportunities you've afforded me. We'll be friends for life. And I just want to wish you the best of luck in what the future holds.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll hear from Jackie Fields.
Hey, Jackie.
Hey, Dr. Avery. I just wanted to say real quickly that I like the fact that Mike Perkins and Alfredo talked about the mean Dr. Avery, because I will never forget the time right after I started working and you and some of the administrators, maybe some board members, were taking Suburbans and they were dirty, and you called me and ripped me one good one. And so I remember coming home and I turned around and I ripped my shop foreman a good one. And that was the last time I think we've really had dirty Suburbans go out. Right. And so I remember coming home and telling Robert, Dr. Avery really got onto me today. And I laughed about it. We both laughed about it. But I knew that you were a man that not only loved students,
Jackie,
but Dr. Avery, you love this district. And I don't want to cry either. I've worked with 4 superintendents in my 30 plus years, and you're one of the best. And don't ever forget that. God is really going to bless you. He will continue to bless you. And I believe that wholeheartedly, just from the short time I've worked with you.
Thank you.
You are at the top, sir.
Thank you.
And you will be missed. And I love you. And I pray constantly for you and your family. So you go continue that success, whatever you do. And I don't care what Ellen said, retirement's not all that, or I wouldn't have jumped back in as soon as Scott called me. So sleep and rest, but then find something to do, or you'll be jumping back hard into it the same way I did.
Sleeping and rest is not in my vocabulary, so that probably won't happen. So, but thank you for the kind words. Really, really. Thank you very much.
I love you, and I appreciate you, Dr. Avery, really more than you'll ever know. So
awesome.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you. Awesome, awesome.
Okay, we've got time for one more comment coming from Nicole Delestri.
See, Dr. Avery, I was gonna let you off the hook.
Oh, come on.
Telling all these stories, I tried to be good. I was gonna represent the principles of Manor ISD, and I was just gonna keep it on that level. I was not gonna go to the personal level.
Oh,
see, they know you from Manor. I know you from El Paso and Manor, so all the stories I could tell. But just on a personal level, I don't know that I would be the principal that I am without your guidance or your leadership and your belief in the people you work with. Like everybody has kind of touched on it, but it just rings true when you feel that there is an investment to be made in someone to grow them to the next level. You jump in with both feet and you just help them and guide them and lead them in a way that they not only better themselves, but they make the place where they work better as well. And I know that that is in large part thanks to you. So from a professional level, I am grateful for you, but on a personal level, I am even more grateful for you because you gave me my first principalship back in El Paso. And a lot of people were wondering, how did she go from an instructional coach to a principal overnight? But they don't know the work that I did to get there, and you saw that. So I am greatly appreciative and will always be appreciative for
awesome.
that. So thank
Absolutely. You. Thank you. Awesome. Appreciate that very, very much.
Thank you, Dr. Delestri. So now we'll move to the part of the meeting where we will hear some remarks from our fearless leader, Dr. Avery.
Well, I only have a couple of things because I think I've said a couple of times of my appreciation for each and every one of you on this call and the ones that were not able to make the call. Again, true leadership is all about doing the right things for kids. And my 28 years in the business is all about doing the right things for kids. But all I can say is Maynard ISD, and I'm gonna leave you with one of my famous words. Maynard ISD, you can't make this blank up at all. You can't do it. It has been a struggle for the last 4 years. It's been a reward for the last 4 years. And I wouldn't have changed anything, about my leadership in this district. We've done some magnificent things across this district, and I'm very proud of that. And I know with each one of you in the positions that you're in now, we've groomed you to do great things for kids. And my challenge to you is to take those things that you've learned and use them, be it in this district or another district throughout the state of Texas or beyond. You have the skill sets to make it and do it very, very well. So I'm very proud of you, proud of the work we've done together. And I'm gonna leave you with I've been looking for things that really impacts what life is all about. And I'm gonna leave you with a quote from Albert Einstein. And he talks about life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. So in my parting words to you guys is that I will keep moving, and you should keep moving and doing great things for kids. And so I say my goodbyes, not to say I'm gone forever. I say my goodbyes and I'm just keep moving. And I can't sit for very long anyway. So I'm gonna be moving. Probably the day after I retire, I'll be moving. So God has blessed me and the family to be healthy, and to more opportunities have come my way over the last month or two where I get to choose what I do. And so I'm very, very excited about that. You will see me in and out the educational world, in and out. So I hope to see you, hope to say, come to read about your success, in whatever you do for each and every one of you. And so, and God bless you and keep you safe. And we love you guys as well. So some of you said, we never heard you say you loved us. I love you and I appreciate what you do and what you've done for me. And so let's keep moving.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Avery, and thank you to all the panelists and all the attendees. Dr. Avery, I want to echo everything said here today. I appreciate your kind yet firm leadership, and you will be greatly missed.
I can't tell you over the last 3 to 4 years, you've been the magic behind the potion, man. So we appreciate all you do to keep me connected and keep me connected with everybody on this call. And so love is there for you as well. And I know we'll keep connected as well. So thank you for all what you do. And Carla, if you're on the phone, thank you too, Carla, for assisting me as well. So thank you.
Okay. Well, with that, this concludes our webinar. Everyone continue to stay safe while you enjoy the holiday, and hopefully we'll see each other soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Bye-bye.
Avery.
Thanks, guys.
You did a great job.
Will do. Thank you.
Avery.
Cool.